Honey, in case you haven't looked, you're white.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Mike Morales.
I'm Lisa Peach.
Welcome to Open Bar. What are you guys drinking? Are you guys drinking anything that we should know about? If you are, you might want to contact us so that we can take a look at it and review it for tequilaaficionado.com.
All right, shut off your phone.
I am.
Shut off your noise.
Yeah, I'm shutting off my noise because this is not a call-in show.
His phone blows up every show we do.
Every time.
His phone blows up. 13,
It's
14,
crazy.
15. It's crazy. So tonight, I am drinking
Desmadre. What a great name.
Yeah.
It's really an unusual name because it's hard to describe in English. It's kind of like the Spanish version of FUBAR.
It's kind of like the cat box.
It's kind of like the cat box. Yeah, you know, it's a mess.
And I'm drinking it. Look at me with all my brand
Yeah,
stuff here.
this is all product placement, boys and girls. This is
These
how it
are
works.
actually none of these brands have sponsored this show. Nobody pays to be on this show.
But it is open bar.
Here's the deal. I am drinking Desmadre in honor of their coming with us on the Heartland tour.
Yes.
And
congratulations, guys.
I am drinking my Desmadre in my Diva Snifter in honor of them coming on the Heartland tour with us. And I am wearing my Route 66 bandana.
As you can see, she's pretty shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah, she just wears anything. And show them your Nikes. That's right. She's
Nobody gives
sponsored
me
by
those.
Nike.
Anyway. Yeah, I need a drink.
Yes, we were going to discuss the TBNA, which is the Texas Bar and Nightclub Alliance. Now, for those of you who are brands who, you know, one of the largest markets in the United States for tequila is Texas. Tejas.
Yeah. A lot of liquor drunk here.
A lot of, you know, bourbons and whiskeys and things like that. But a lot of tequila. It's heavily and mezcal now. Yes, it's of course heavily Hispanic. But interesting to note is that it has some of the more unusual laws. Liquor laws are very unusual here in Texas. I've only lived here 3 years and I still don't know them all. There's even this mysterious fourth tier of the three-tier system that I can't figure out. But that's okay because it's exciting. Yeah, it's just, you know, something else to deal with. Every state deals with its state laws differently. But the TBNA is really a unique show because it is a trade show. So it's not really necessarily open to the public.
I forgot to hydrate.
Okay. But the neat thing is for those of your brands who want to come out and be in Texas and be seen in Texas, again, one of the largest tequila, mezcal, and agave spirits markets in the country, this is the show to be in on.
The TBNA convention is a great way to break into the market.
Mm-hmm.
See how I just summed up.
That was very good. Yeah. Well, you know, there's so many trade shows all over the U.S. And this one is specifically geared not just for the nightclub and the bar owners, but in reverse, it really helps those young fledgling brands to be known, and some of them in their own home state.
They have a lot of, you know, the Texas Bar and Nightclub Alliance is about as political as we get. We're not members or anything, but the TBNA is a political organization. They're there to lobby for laws that keep drinkers safe and keep servers safe and keep bars and nightclubs safe. So they're working for all of these people, the bars, the nightclubs, the restaurants, the mixologists, you know, everybody, you know, all the consumers. So they, you know, you're getting all of those people at the TBNA convention. You know,
and
you're getting
you're
loads of mixologists, servers are
distributors are coming by.
Distributors. Absolutely.
And see, that's where you want to make your connections. You know that you've done, for those of your brands who may be watching us and you've done enough of these shows open to the public, they're wonderful. They're great. I have a lot. I used to have my own show. But the tough thing about it was, even when I was an organizer, they would say, well, we're not in New Mexico. We want to come. That's where I used to live. We want to come and do your show, but we had no distribution there.
Right.
That's where you talk to the guys, the organizers. The organizers. Yeah. Now, putting this together, that's a whole other animal. And we were hopefully huge. We were hoping to have one of the organizers of the TBNA, Quincy Barnes, joining us. Hopefully, he'll somewhere along the hour he'll be in to he'll call in and check in with us, because putting together, this is a monster 2-day event.
It really is, because they put together. I mean, not only do you have this whole trade show environment, mm-hmm. but they're also doing seminars and
contests. They actually have a contest as well. I think one of our sponsors, Embajador, won, I think, for Distillery of the Year or something like that. Isn't that what they did last year?
Yeah, they did. They had a huge contest last year.
They had a big tasting and cocktails, as a matter of fact.
I forget who that was with, but it was with an organization that showed up there. But mm-hmm. Embajador ended up going on tour. Yeah, it was crazy because they won that. But that was all through the connection they made at TBNA.
Right.
We've discovered some great brands there. We discovered the first year we went, which I think was their first year.
It was their first year, and they had it at a hotel, I believe.
Yeah, it was at a hotel.
And we'll tell you what are the different. They're going to be a little bit different this year.
Yeah. We discovered Slim Rita's, a Brands of Promise winner.
Yeah, she is.
Wow, Lucy is a dynamo. She has got some beautiful drink mixes.
She wound up being on TV. What didn't she do? Like a network TV show?
Yeah, she was on like a Shark Tank.
It was kind of like a chef's Shark Tank or something like that, and she won. We also met with Briscas Mezcal, which is. If you haven't seen it in the state of Texas, and again, some of these, this is their home state, so they need to solidify themselves in their home state. And this is really one of the better shows to do that in. If you're looking to gain some traction and your plan is to spread over the United States, and you live here, it only makes sense that you do TBNA, you do that show so that people can get to know you, the restaurants, the bars, the big package stores, that are here, like Specs, for instance, mm-hmm. Gabriel's and a few others as well. Who else did we meet? We met Agavales, which is in most places. They're in several states throughout the U.S., including, I remember us seeing them in New Mexico. I used to drink them all the time. Great tequila. One of the ones that very affordable. Mm-hmm. So they're constantly, there's always new locations opening up in the state of Texas and always new markets. And there are several big cities in this state. So it behooves you to be here.
This is a great way to break in.
Yeah. Now,
it's an excellent way to break in.
They did it at a hotel, I think the first couple of years.
The first year they did it at a hotel. Actually, last year it was at a hotel, only they had a larger conference space.
Yes.
Now, the tricky part last year was they found out at the last minute that they had to have pourers.
Yeah, the state, again, every state's different. And suddenly the state laws reared its ugly head and said that they needed to have licensed pourers, which is not something that they had in the previous years. And again, having had something similar happen to us in New Mexico when we had our own tequila show, it's always the interpretation of the law. You go, you do these wonderful shows. But you don't want to be
on the bad side of
the interpretation
of that law.
Exactly.
Texas will.
Every state has their liquor police, and Texas is no different. So that happened at the last minute, and some brands, some vendors had to incur unforeseen costs.
Right.
That this year has
this year. It's not an issue because this year they're doing it at Brazos Hall.
Brazos Hall is catty corner from the corner restaurant, the JW Marriott property. And if you were following us, we did an article on JW Marriott and how they're kind of leading the way.
Well, we've been to Brazos Hall.
Yeah, we've been to Brazos Hall for Patron.
For Patron.
When Patron rolled out in Austin, they commandeered the whole
all
place.
Of Brazos Hall. It's a beautiful venue.
It's cool. Check it out.
Venue.
Check it out on Tequila Aficionado. We took lots of film and lots of what Patron did to commandeer and turn it into their venue. And so this year, I'm kind of looking forward to going up and checking out what it's going to look like, because now everybody who's involved in trying to be seen will be there. And it's very cozy. It's a wonderful location. I can't.
It's a huge.
It's big, but you know,
and they have a patio.
Yeah, and it can be designed.
A rooftop patio.
Okay.
Yep.
It can be designed to be cozy, even though it is a rather substantial.
Yeah, Patron
location.
went all out, bringing in couches.
They brought in their furniture and their
yeah,
cushions and their bars and their barrels and displays. They did screens, everything. Yeah. You name it. They just took it all over and turned it into something. So it's really something to look forward to. If you're in the trade and you're following us, or you're a small batch distributor, a small wine house, and you're looking to pick up, some handcrafted mezcals or tequilas, or maybe you want to know more about what's out there. You know, you've got a tequila bar, you're on the Riverwalk in San Antonio, or you're up in Austin somewhere, and you're bored with the tequila menu you're looking for new stuff. This is the show.
It's a great show. It's a great show. We also have, we should mention the dates. It's Sunday, August 7th and Monday, August 8th.
And what's the website? So people, in case you're interested and you want to participate still, I don't think it's still too late. If you want to be a vendor one way or the other.
Actually, it's tbna.org.
Okay.
But we have the vendor application. If you want to buy a table, you get it's an 8x10 booth, and that's indoors. The patio is a different price. I think they're charging less for the patio because we're closer to the sun here in Texas.
Yeah. Even the sun gets hot here. But
the 8x10 booth, and it's got, you get the curtains around your booth. You get the table.
All you gotta do is bring your stuff, bring your posters and your expandable,
the
banners.
Price on that, since it's after May, the price on that is currently $1,500. I don't know how many spots they have available right now, but you can download that application and all the contact information right here on our website on tequilaaficionado.com. It's actually just above this video. So
okay.
It's right
up there.
Right there. Yep. You can click on
that empty space between me and my head.
Click on that link. The link will be right up there. So yeah, you can download that, and it's got all the contact information for Quincy and all the guys that are in charge of that. Putting that show together.
If I'm not mistaken, they have a Facebook page also. You can contact them through their Facebook page. They have a newsletter.
The link to their Facebook page is right there.
I subscribe to their newsletter. It comes out monthly. And, it's always good to stay on top of what's happening in the southern part of the state, the northern part of the state, which every month there's, they tell you where people are going to enjoy their booze. And it's really interesting how they break it up, whereas parts of Austin might be leading the pack in the month, parts of southern Texas. And it's really interesting how they break up the numbers and to keep track of how your state does as far as consumption. I really like what they do. It's we have so many newsletters that we follow and including our own, right?
They provide a great service to their
They do.
Their members. They really do.
They have a real solid foundation, and Quincy Barnes, who we keep mentioning, he's actually one of the organizers who put this together. He took it from the founder because he's too busy running his own place, right? And they put this show together, and they're very well connected, obviously. And it was such a coup to get Brazos Hall because
it's a great venue.
It really is a great venue. If you've done the show before and maybe you were a little put off by what happened, it happens.
Can I just interject here?
Sure.
2 coffee shops, a taco shop, and a sandwich shop.
Oh.
Okay. All right there. Right, like you
like
cross
within walking
the street,
distance.
You cross the street from Brazos Hall on any street, because Brazos Hall pretty much takes up the whole block. Across the street, you've got a taco shop, you've got a sandwich shop, you've got 2 different coffee shops.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it's within walking distance of JW Marriott, which has the corner bar, which we've written about. Great tequila program. Also, JW Marriott does a great job. Great place to hang out after the show, make deals, set up appointments, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's right in downtown Austin. And if you've always wanted to go to Austin, or you want to just check it out, maybe you're not even in the state yet and you're wondering, would this be,
check it out.
Yeah. Would this be a market that I'm ready for? Show up, check it out, be there. Because I really, it's a fledgling show. It's only been around for 3 years. This will be the 3rd year, I believe, right?
I think, yeah.
We were there at their inception. Last year was their 2nd year. This is their 3rd year. And having done shows of my own, but mine were open to the public in New Mexico, I can tell you that once you get your 4 or 5 of these shows under your belt, you pretty much know your stuff.
You're really rolling.
And I think with Quincy and the company and the TBNA, I really believe that they have shortened that learning curve where it comes to putting together a show of this magnitude. Yeah. So I think it's well worth an investment. Maybe you can't come this year. Stay in touch with those guys. They reach out. They're very accessible. I know that Quincy has his own Twitter account, but TBNA has its own account. You can't if you're on Facebook, catch them there. Otherwise, go to the website.
Now, if you're going to the show this year, send us an email. Send Mike an email.
Yeah.
Because Mike will probably be covering it this year for us. I may not be able to make it, but Mike will. And
right.
He's the big draw anyway.
I'm the big mouth.
Mike at tequilaaficionado.com.
Let me know you're going.
Let him know if you're going. And then
because I will find you.
Look out for you and hopefully get an interview and give you some exposure.
As a matter of fact, last year it was funny. We had a booth last year for some reason. It was just one of those things that happened.
They were really generous with us.
They're really great.
They're good guys.
Great guys.
Yeah.
And we found brands like Cat Tequila and Cat Mezcal, and Bajador was there. Route 66, Diva, they had a booth there as well.
And Dulce Vida was right next door.
Dulce Vida was next door. Those guys are based in Austin. That was so cool to finally meet the unofficial mayor of Austin, Randall Metting.
Yeah, Randall is a great guy. And hopefully we'll have him on our show on July 25th.
Open bar. There's some really neat news coming from Dulce Vida. For those of you who may or may not know, they've been acquired by another company, and it could only get better. So we're looking forward to speaking with them.
But how does it get any better than that?
You know what? It can, because these guys, they really have Dulce Vida has an interesting what's the word I'm looking for? Environment. They have a great environment that's really been led by all the founders, and thankfully Richard Sorensen, who is one of the founders, has stayed on with Millstone. In fact, it was because of Milestone. I'm sorry. Millstone is coffee. Yeah. See, I got coffee on the brain again. But anyway, we're looking forward to seeing them at Open Bar. But we were right next to those guys last year and had a wonderful time. We had a great time.
What was cool is their pourer was a wine guy.
Yeah. He was a sommelier, right?
Yeah. And, he didn't know anything about tequila. But when I translated tequila because tequila is easily translatable into wine.
For those of you wine houses wondering how we sell the spirits, That's how you do it.
It's so easy because he understood terroir.
They get it.
He understood the different nuances. He understood the different tastes, because initially he was pushing their 5-year extra añejo, which, with all due respect, is a wonderful.
Him being a sommelier, he really enjoyed it, because if you know anything about the 5-year, it is aged in wine barrels.
Right.
Okay, so he got that. But
I got to have a chat with him while I was drinking Dulce Vida, of course. I got to have a chat with him and translate for him. And after I did that, he understood the progression from Blanco to Reposado to Añejo to Extra Añejo. And he started to pick out the flavors himself. He started to, he really paid attention. He started sniffing.
He's a wine guy. He got it.
And he started sniffing it, and he was like, "Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you're doing."
See, that's the quality of the pourers that were there, that guys like Quincy put together, and
they got some people,
top-notch guys. And it was gratifying to see how a little bit of instruction, within a 2-day event, how somebody who is trained, he's got a trained palate, but who had just completely graduated, and then to watch him
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I felt like a proud mom.
Yeah,
watching him bloom.
He was walking and running before we knew it. And again, that's the quality of the type of people that are involved in this event,
in this show. Yeah.
And the neat thing is all the peripheral or parallel, I don't know what the actual word is, mixers and everybody there. I mean, we got in touch with some ginger beer guys, and and all you guys start, all the vendors, and if you've done these shows, they all start to network, and they start making these drinks on the fly, and all of a sudden you've got ginger beer with Dulce Vida, and you have combinations that are just beautiful that you never thought of to begin with. That's the beauty of this show, is that, because it's open not to the public, but it's open to the trade. It lends itself to cocktail creativity.
The public can buy tickets.
Right.
The public can
But the majority of the people that show up.
But it's mostly trade.
It's mostly trade.
I mean, there were so many mixologists there last year.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get your brand in.
Yes.
That's the place.
And as we know, what's driving the spirits industry I would say now for the last 10 years has been the cocktail culture, the mixology, industry, and
the tattoos,
the tats,
which
I have none. But when they're surrounded by all these new ingredients, and maybe some tequilas that they have never met or have never known before, and they start playing around with it.
Yeah, it becomes a creative incubator.
Yeah,
and it was fun to see that.
Yeah, I think last year also I had a chance, and I haven't even released some of these videos.
Come on, you.
I know. We interviewed people from Caballino Tequila, which is based out of near Houston, out of Katy, Texas, believe it or not.
That's right. They were on the other side of us.
They were on the other side of us. They were sharing a booth with Slim Rita's. Yeah. So there you go. Slim Rita's just, can't beat that with some. And Caballino had like 2 lines of their tequila, and we had heard about them. I tracked them down. I talked to them, and
you went total fanboy.
I did. I couldn't.
It was embarrassing.
Well, I can't.
You were completely.
I had been trying to get those guys on Sipping Off the Cuff for years, and to finally meet.
And you still haven't.
I still haven't, but I did get a chance to talk to them and taste their tequilas. And I think what I should do is take a lot of it is just loose video and put it all together under our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And I'll do that shortly before the show, so you guys can see the kind of action that you get when you come to the show. It's really, it's really, it's networking Texas style. And I have to say,
with booze
and barbecue. I'll have to say that having done so many different types of shows in my life, from home shows to you name it. I've done to having my own show based in about tequila. I'll have to say, Texas really knows how to put on a really great
party, y'all.
Yeah, they're so friendly. It's such a, it really is a different atmosphere from doing, trade shows in California or trade shows in New York where you always have to be on. It's
Texas. It's a whole different country.
It's like, it's Texas formal is jeans and a jacket, like it is in New Mexico. And if you wear your boots, bring some boots, pal. But it's fun.
You don't really want to stand around in boots.
I do.
Yeah,
but
then you cry.
Yeah, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. It really is a fun show. So if we haven't expressed that to you by now,
so check it out.
Check it out.
Download the application and the information and the contact information. It's all right there.
Right there, above my head, between the empty space.
Right up there.
Yeah.
Or is it up there? Does it flip it?
I don't know. I think we're reversed.
I might be pointing them in the wrong direction.
Just look for the big TBNA banner. It'll be there.
Up there.
Right up there. And hopefully, like I say, somewhere along this hour, we'll pull Quincy off.
Hopefully,
of whatever he's doing.
We can catch up with him.
And if not, that's okay.
We had trouble with Blab. I blame Blab for this. Okay, we had trouble with the
lots of people have had problems with Blab lately. A lot of big time,
but
podcasters.
But we're gonna move on. We've got some other things to talk about too next week. Vida Tequila,
based in Salt Lake City.
Near and dear to my heart.
They went on the Dia de los Muertos tour with us. We had some wonderful photo ops.
Yeah.
And if you don't know by now, Lisa's a big Blanco drinker, and she has completely sequestered the Blanco. I'm not allowed to touch it.
He's not. I think you drank it all.
No,
Maybe I drank it all.
Yeah, I think you drank it all. But we have known them for a long time. Tequila. Wonderful guys.
They were in Last Tequila Standing.
Yes.
They did a beautiful job in Last Tequila Standing.
Lisa and John Barlow.
Lisa is a lovely, lovely lady in every sense of the word. Matter of fact, she was 8 months pregnant?
7 months.
7 months pregnant when she did the show.
Last time I saw her, she was pregnant. You should see her little boy now.
She looked just glorious. I mean, when I was 8 months pregnant, forget about it.
She kept complaining about pregnancy brain. It's like, really? You now?
But she was so pretty.
She was more on her game than I was. I had just flown in from New Mexico to do the show.
She was on it. Check out Last Tequila Standing.
You'll find them if you haven't binge watched it over the 4th of July holiday already.
Right, like we told you to.
Like we told you to. Binge watch.
Anyway, so hopefully July 18th they'll be able to meet us for open bar. They're doing some vacationing right now.
Yep.
And I'm so green with envy, but let's move on.
Okay. We did talk a little bit about Dulce Vida.
Right. Hopefully July 25th, Dulce Vida. The folks from Milestone hopefully will be able to make some time for us. That would be awesome.
That would be cool. Love to hear what they have in store for us, because now it's not just tequila. It's a few other things as well in the portfolios.
And you're going to Mexico.
Yeah, I'm just not sure when. I have been asked and invited to visit a distillery which shall remain unnamed right now until we solidify the details.
Somebody might have leaked that.
But who would dare?
I think.
Do we have a leak among the ranks?
Our administrative assistant.
The cat? Which cat was it?
Añejo. He talks a lot.
He talks a lot. That freaking Berline. But anyway, regardless of that,
Mike's going to Mexico. He's going to do live Facebook stuff because I told him to.
Yeah, because I got that little blue mark on my profile. We're going there to report on a distillery and see the whole operation. This is going to be like a lightning rod trip. It's like there and back. Yeah. So I within the same week. And this will be fun because this will be my third trip to Mexico, I believe, my third or fourth trip, and I've been hankering to get back. And this will be in the Highlands. This will be in the area of Atotonilco, which is where
Your
Patron
one of
is.
our favorites.
It is where, if you like Patron, or Don Julio, that area there. That's where we're going.
He's going to the posh neighborhood.
I'm going to the high rent district. Oh, and of course, Siete Leguas, the same area. And so this will be really fun because they're giving us free reign. They are all about transparency. And we did write about these guys just recently. And again, I'm not going to name names right now, but when we solidify the details,
tequila.
Yeah. We're gonna get to the bottom of the story.
We're gonna clear this up.
We're gonna clear it up, and it's great. I can't wait to go down there and inhale a little bit of the tierra mojada of the
I hate you so much right now.
I know. Sorry, but somebody's got to do it. So that'll happen shortly. We'll keep you posted. Follow us on Tequila Aficionado.
Mike is open to trips to Mexico. If you want to bring him to your distillery, let him know. Mike at tequilaaficionado.com. He's cheap and easy.
Yeah. Excuse me? Cheap and easy?
Yeah. You should charge a lot more for these things.
Well, we do some consulting on the side.
Moving right along.
Moving on along.
Well, that's what you have to do.
You know what?
People, we got to work for a living.
Mira, see these people? You have not seen this tequila. Probably you have in Asia, internationally. They're just coming on the market. These folks jumped at the opportunity to come with us.
Jumped right on.
To come with us on our
Heartland
tour. Whose idea was this anyway? A lot of it was your idea.
Sometimes, most of the time, it's my idea.
Most of the time, it's her idea. So last year, if you followed us at all, and right now we're like on the third chapter of our Dia de los Muertos tour last year. So you've been keeping up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've been writing those cute
I've been
blogs.
writing the cute blogs and about our happenstance and mishaps and fun things.
Yeah, that was a great tour. We learned a lot because we tried to pack so much into every day, and we really shouldn't have because we had all these beautiful brands that came with us. And luckily we had some beautiful places and spaces to take pictures of them, and we Instagrammed the heck out of those guys.
Well, this next tour. Why don't you tell the people who are watching us where we're going? Yeah, it's your world. So, I just live in it. That's While I pour, this is Tres Ochos. Want to thank these folks for coming on board.
Yes.
They haven't even been seen yet on Sipping Off the Cuff. And they saw the value in, they've also seen some of our Instagrams because this is such a beautiful photographic
it was
bottle.
A great photo.
It was a great photo and beautiful. I mean, look at this yellow tissue. I mean, they went all out on their packaging. They are not fooling around, ladies and gentlemen. So they obviously saw the opportunity and saw the beauty of this and decided, okay, hey, you got our attention. So welcome aboard to Tres Ochos. You're going to hear a lot about these guys.
What? You turned it the wrong way. No. You turned it to look at you.
No. Right there. Mira.
No, but turn it this way.
Well, that was at the beginning, but they need to say Tres Ochos. Hey, you have desmadre. I have Tres Ochos. So tell them when we're going.
Well, funny story. We
I hate when she starts funny story.
Yeah, it was a good story though. We sent out our initial invitations. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to talk here. Okay. Just look pretty.
That'll be a stretch.
So we sent out our initial invitation. Unfortunately, it got eaten by
your spam folder.
By your spam folders.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
If you're a brand owner and you're watching this, you probably have an invitation in your spam folder, but that's okay. we sent out another round of invitations, personal letter from me. I spent the weekend writing those personal letters, as a matter of fact. I didn't shower, but I got those letters done.
Thank God you showered before the show. Let me tell you, her hair's still wet.
Yeah. Anyway, secrets. Anyway, so we sent out a letter to all of our Brands of Promise nominees, to everyone that we had an email for. A lot of emails, sadly, change, but all of the Brands of Promise nominees, over the past 3 years, we sent you all invitations. But if you did not get your invitation, it's on our website. Just scroll down past this video. Go.
Just or if you can't find it, go to our search bar. You have to literally touch the little spyglass. You have to touch it.
Yeah.
With your cursor. Just enter in Heartland tour or tour, whatever.
Or just Heartland.
Yeah, or just Heartland. And it'll pop up in the search results.
Now, on that, we've got an article for that, okay, about the Heartland tour, how much it costs, what we're offering. This is a social media influencer campaign. Okay. Just for you. And
you own it. That's the neat part.
And
you own the
There's
stuff.
a form. It's very easy. There's a form at the bottom of the article. If you're interested, fill out the form. It only asks for a few things: your name, your brand, your email address. And then if you have several expressions that you want to come with us, we will be happy to discuss a group rate.
We get contacted several times by importers who have a fairly hefty portfolio.
Yep.
And that being the case, we can certainly talk about a bigger deal. We're always willing to deal. So
it's a group rate.
Yeah, it's a group rate.
Anyway.
Tell them what we're doing.
So wait a second. You know what? The early RSVPs are in. And we've got, obviously, Route 66.
Yeah. And
Tres Ochos.
Show Desmadre.
Desmadre, which is awesome. Not a Desmadre.
No, it's not.
But it's very, very bueno.
It's cool. I love how it photographs. It's just a beautiful tequila.
So let's see. Route 66.
But that's just my own personal opinion.
Diva Tequila. Tres Ochos. Soltado.
Soltado is coming.
I'm very excited about this because
I didn't want to like it, but I did.
We're going to be doing cheese pairing in Wisconsin.
Oh my God.
And that's going to be great.
Who thinks about cheese and tequila and mezcal?
I do. Yeah. So we're going to do cheese pairing for every single one of our sponsors.
I kept telling her,
we're going to find your cheese.
I kept telling her, this is not traditional. When you go to Mexico, they cut up pepinos, and zanahorias and botanas.
This is wild and crazy, and this is what we're going to do.
But here's the kicker. We're going to wind up somewhere along this trip. We're going to wind up in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Right.
Okay. Did you know
Twin Cities?
The Twin Cities. It's a control state. For those of you in the business, a control state means that the alcohol, the liquor, is controlled by the state. So the outlets are state controlled.
Bad states.
No, it's okay. Because funny thing, we have two folks that we're hoping. Well, we have one in particular that we know is coming with us, which is Los Osuna. It's considered a mezcal because it is made from blue agave, but outside the denomination of origin. You may have seen our sipping off the cuffs. They're based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Revel Spirits, another blue agave spirit that won an award for in their category last year in our Brands of Promise. They're also based in Minneapolis. So here, can you picture this? You're in a control state and you are a leading state in agave spirits outside the denomination of origin, which thankfully, after the defeat of NOM 199, can still be considered a mezcal.
Ooh, down with 199.
So, how does that work? We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of that for you.
And one of the larger venues, I'm hoping, I've heard so many good things about them. It's a chain of restaurants and bars called Barrio. I want to go visit one. We're
going to go to Minneapolis to visit a Barrio.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to be confused with Barrio Cafe over in Arizona, the other direction.
So some of our other early RSVPs. Let's get back on track.
Okay.
Here. Santo Diablo Mezcal.
Yeah.
Okay. Arte Gnome.
Arte Gnome. If you know anything about Jake Lustig, who has curated an entire line.
The art of the gnome, as my dear brother.
Yeah, Rick and I did the tastings on that, and you haven't even seen the new tasting yet. We'll have that shortly on Tequila Aficionado. Yep. We went bananas over this stuff. Jake Lustig is coming on board, and we're hoping that we have a lot of. He has a hefty portfolio as well, but we have Arte Gnome, and all the other ones that we mentioned earlier.
So those were our early.
That's
RSVPs.
Just for starters. So if you haven't RSVP'd or you haven't seen your invitation, click on our website. You can find it there, or
this is already an all-star tour. Get on board the bus, y'all.
Yeah, because where else are we going?
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
You like our segues?
Yeah, I can't do that. So we are planning to go to Bat World Sanctuary, which is in Weatherford, Texas, which is on our way north.
We're going to go check on.
We're going to check on our guy, Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty.
He's a bat that we adopted.
He's a bat that Tequila Aficionado has adopted in our name.
Cute.
We're going to learn about bats. Bats are very important right now. There's a big push for bat conservation and agave.
Bats are pollinators. Without bats, you've got no agave.
Yeah.
Your honeybees are not going to do it for them.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too. There's a lot of, because of the monoculturing, cultivating of blue agave and other agave. Nobody's letting that stem, the quiote, grow so that these guys can pollinate.
As Ian said, agave is just another Irish potato waiting to happen.
Yeah, and we are going to try our best to educate you, our followers, on how important it is to support the bats.
Bat conservation.
And bat-friendly mezcals and tequilas. And there's a few. You got to do your research. You got to drill down, okay? Just like Google. Drill down, but we're going to help you try to make that drilling a lot more fun.
We're going to do that drilling.
We're going to do the drilling for you. Okay, so we got Bat World.
Then we're going to drive up to Wichita and see our friends at Felipe's.
Yeah, this is a 50-year-old
the Lujano
family-owned chain of Mexican restaurants. One of the first Mexican restaurants in the state of Kansas. Go figure. By the way, Kansas is another control state. But the Lujanos are big tequila.
They love tequila.
They love tequila.
Especially Miguel. Miguel is crazy.
Miguel Lujano.
He's a complete fanboy.
Oh, and by the way, if you haven't read the article on the Lujanos and Felipe's, it's on our website.
Check it out.
But check out the recipe for their homemade sangrita.
He raves about it.
Next to Jalisco, it's the best sangrita I have had in the United States. And there's maybe only one that comes really, really close, and it comes in an envelope. Okay, but this is freshly made. It's their recipe.
Pride and joy.
They gave us you could drink that. Baby. You could drink that all night long, and I'm telling you, it's for all these tequilas that are coming with us on our tour.
No. Does it?
Well, it'll be a great accompaniment for any of these tequilas.
Yeah. So we're going to stop at Felipe's in Wichita.
Right.
We're going to spend some time with Miguel and his family.
Yep.
And they have 5 It's 5, right?
It's 5 locations.
They have 5 locations. So they rule the Mexican food world in in Kansas.
Now it's different. It's a different cuisine. Read about them. Read about them.
It's Kansified.
Yeah, but still,
it's
it's very creative.
It's all good. Yeah.
It's really a story of how.
It's a great story. Check it out.
It's how a family becomes accustomed to their environment, and then caters to that environment,
adaptation.
and does it successfully for 50 years. You know, the only other tequila company that has done that has squired Mexican food chains is Jose Cuervo. Successfully.
But the Lujanos don't have it. Tequila.
No.
We should get them a tequila.
I think they have their own blend.
They do, yes. We won't mention that.
No, we won't mention that blend.
Anyway.
But that's okay.
After that, we're going to make our way up to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should call it the control state. We should call it
it's like the control state.
It's the control state tour.
All we're missing is New England. But
oh my God, it's a control state tour.
After the Twin Cities, we're going to go to Wisconsin. Okay, we are going.
She's so excited about this cheese thing. We have a list.
We're going to go
on our Pinterest. If you're following us on our Pinterest, we have a list of cheeses on our Pinterest. It's a nice infographic of every American.
But everybody
cheese.
pairs them with wines. They're all paired with wines, but we are going to pair tequilas
and mezcals
with cheeses and mezcals
and mezcals that are outside of the denomination of origin. So this is going to be very unique. It's going to be a challenge because you've got. It's almost like we're going to run the gamut of your palate. All right?
It's going to be cheese and booze.
Booze and cheese. Booze and cheese. Okay.
So anyway, we're going to go cheesing in Wisconsin. We're going to do some pairing. We're going to do a whole lot of pairing we are going to find the cheese for every single one of our sponsors.
Where are we going? Any place specifically that can do that with us?
I want to go to Fromagination. I love the name.
Head desk.
But
say that name again.
Fromagination.
It's French.
It's French. It's Francais.
For cheese.
It's French for cheese.
I am not going to wear the cheesehead wedge. Okay, I'm not a Green Bay Packers.
No.
I am not a Green Bay Packers fan. I'm not.
Okay. So we're going to go cheesing in Wisconsin, which is going to be awesome. Then
where are we going?
After that, we're going to Michigan.
See, it's a control state tour.
But we're going to Michigan to pick apples.
Okay.
Apples. We're going to pair, not PEAR,
but some tequilas have pear in them.
We're going to pair apples with tequilas
because we're pushing into fall at this point in the tour.
And I am bringing my cast iron skillets. We are going to do some campfire recipes. It's going to be so awesome.
Try to contain yourself, honey.
I can't.
You think that we're making this up? We're not. Okay.
We're not. We're
the middle America.
Middle
America deserves great tequila because they have great products.
Great food.
Well, they have great.
It's all about the
food. They have great products that they're exporting. Michigan is known for their apples, among other things. The Detroit Lions, the Detroit Tigers.
We're gonna get live video of Miguel Morales picking apples
and cats coming out of our curtains and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
But
you're gonna pick apples.
That's cool. I would. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're making me a farm worker?
I'm making you a farm worker.
I used to pick lemons in our backyard at home in California.
We're going total stereotype here.
That's okay. I'm used to picking lemons. I'm telling you, we had a huge lemon orange tree combo in the backyard, and these mutant lemons.
Melba has like beautiful fruit.
Yeah, my mom's house. One tree.
Beautiful.
So I'm cool. I will climb trees for apples.
There are ladders. have to actually do a lot of climbing.
Because she used to do that in Maine.
Easy, yeah.
Believe it or not, this is stuff that she did in Maine. I didn't even know that Maine had apples.
This is like childhood memories coming back. It's great.
Thank God you have two little boys who can climb trees for us.
Yeah, they're gonna be sitting under the trees eating the apples, but we'll get video of that.
Yeah, we'll get video of that for all our other subjects that we're covering.
You know what we're doing after that?
What are we doing after that?
We're going to Mammoth Cave. More bats.
More bats.
Now these bats have there's an issue. There's like a plague of the whole.
There's a fungus that's attacking the bats within that cave. Now, first of all, if you've never heard of Mammoth Cave, don't confuse it with Mammoth Mountain in California. That is a ski resort, okay? Mammoth Cave.
Never would have done that.
Some people in California have never heard. I've never heard of Mammoth Cave.
I've never heard of it.
Tell me about Mammoth Cave briefly. Give me that description.
Okay, Mammoth Cave has over 300 miles of explored caves. There's more, but they haven't been explored.
Okay, now you know that last year, if you're following us, you know that last year we went to Carlsbad Caverns, which everybody's ever heard of.
Which is huge.
Obama was just there. Right.
And it's huge.
It's a national park.
But Mammoth Cave is huger.
It's bigger.
Way bigger.
And apparently the bats in that particular cave are suffering from that white nose fungus.
Right.
If you know anything about bats and you have heard some of this, maybe in the back you've heard about this white nose fungus. For some reason, it's at epidemic proportions within this cave. We're going to try and get to the bottom of that and find out why, what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if you're following us at all, you know that bats are very important, not just for the environment and for tequila in general, but they're pollinators. They're pollinators.
Bats.
They do what the bees can't do.
Bats, butterflies, and bees. We can't live without them.
We can't. If we eliminate bats, butterflies, and bees, we're done.
Forget about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, forget about it. All right.
Forget about it.
So we're going to try and not only explore the caves. We've found a couple of tours that we may or may not do, but also we want to investigate what's going on with the bats there. Maybe the folks at Bat World can tell us, they've got their pulse beat, their hand on the pulse beat of what's going on in the bat world. So we'll find out. We're going to get to the bottom bats and caves because they're at the bottom.
Yeah, caves.
I'm kind of looking forward to it because I really enjoyed Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah, this should be really cool.
When I was in the food business, I used to sell paper food and chemicals. When I first trained, I trained in Carlsbad, New Mexico. When I moved to New Mexico.
But you had never seen the cavern.
I was there for 8 weeks training. I never saw the caverns. So going back was like going back home because
only different because it was under.
It was under, and it was with her.
Yeah,
because that was in my other lifetime.
So much.
Oh, it made it so much better. So much better. This was BT before tequila.
Right. Yeah. So after that, we're going to work our way back. After Mammoth Cave, we're going to work our way back to Texas. And that work is going to involve some barbecue in Memphis.
Oh, my God.
Hola Mezcal. Right?
You think Austin's the only place for barbecue? I don't think so.
Memphis,
Baba
baby.
Louie.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Home of B.B. King.
Some blues. We're going to go see, hopefully we'll be able to be on the river, the Mississippi River, and see some riverboats. I am a big riverboat fan. And you know what? Excuse me. I'm gonna reach over and grab some desmadre.
Which is not a desmadre.
No, it is not. My exposure to riverboats, and I'll be honest, because I'm a city kid, born and raised in Southern California,
left a good job in the city.
Well, yeah, that and the riverboat. The only riverboat we were ever exposed to was Disneyland. And my sister lives, her backyard faces Disneyland, so she sees the fireworks every night. But we're going to see some real riverboats. I can't wait.
Big wheels keep on.
I can't wait. I'm hoping. What else are we?
Mary, keep on.
Are you gonna do the? You gonna do the whole thing? Can you?
You're supposed to do it.
Rolling.
Right.
Rolling.
Okay.
Sorry, Ike.
We should probably cut all of this show.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Anyway, after Memphis.
After Memphis.
We're pretty much open, but I'm thinking the best way home is going to be through New Orleans.
New Orleans. Now, I know what's going on right now in New Orleans. Right now, it's the Tales of the Cocktail.
Right.
That's on our wish list.
We would go for the French Quarter.
We would go for the French. Hey, because Lisa is French Canadian.
C'est beignet. C'est beignet.
Beignet.
Yeah.
Beignet.
Beignet.
It's not Jewish, by the way.
That's right.
It's not Hebrew.
I'm thinking we can find some pairing with some jambalaya.
Hey.
Booyah.
Again, these are, and this has always been on my wish list to see New Orleans, and not during Mardi Gras. I'm not there. We're not there to show. Don't show me your beads or your beards. I want to see some architecture.
Yeah.
Even if it's just brief. Because just to touch on New Orleans is the home of cocktail culture, and if you're at the cocktail conference right now, that's on our radar. Maybe in the next year or two, Tequila Aficionado will be there.
Cross those fingers.
to cover that, because we follow you folks there at the cocktail conference. If you're there now, enjoy it. It usually happens during National Tequila Day, which is coming up.
It is. It is.
So. We get to go to New Orleans, and maybe get some Creole and visit some cemeteries.
Brush up on my French.
Yeah, because she is a linguist.
Je parle français.
Lisa is a Thibault.
Yeah.
In the old French, she has French Canadian in her blood.
Yeah, I speak Canuck. They speak Cajun, but I think it'll work. I
listen to Zydeco.
I love
Zydeco. So that'll be fun. We're hoping to get some history and some, get some of that Pirates of the Caribbean thing, and
Pirates of the Caribbean in New Orleans.
What? Yeah, New Orleans Square, Disneyland. That's where it's at.
We're not going to Disneyland, honey.
I know, but this is the real thing. It's the real deal. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans.
Maybe next time we'll go to Disneyland, okay?
Maybe the next trip will be in Southern Cal.
So after that, we're hoping to swoop on down the Texas coast. Maybe get some nice photo opportunities in the sand on the Gulf Coast.
Did we happen to mention NASA?
I don't want to jinx it, but
by the way,
one of these tequilas coming with us is going to be the first tequila in space. And one of the mezcals coming with us is going to be the first mezcal in space. Okay?
Do you want to be
there?
There
it is. There it is.
Do you want to be that?
You want to be that?
Do you want to be there?
Yeah.
Houston, we got no problem. I would love to go see Anvil Bar, and talk to the guy there.
You know who's based out of Houston that came with us last time is Titanium.
Oh,
and they've got some changes coming.
Wait a minute, they got a friend he was one of the astronauts that spent an entire year on the space station.
I wonder if he drinks tequila. Well, we'll see if we can get Titanium to come aboard.
I would love to do that. That would be so cool. We're giving you our wish list because right now part of this trip is already sponsored for. But again, if you haven't answered us or you're contemplating going on, just say yes.
Yeah, just say yes.
Just say yes, because the photo opportunities, the video opportunities for your social media.
We should mention that we don't actually make any money.
We don't.
Do you think we should mention that?
Yeah,
because we don't actually make any money. We work hard for the brands who sponsor us.
We work hard for the money. But TA doesn't pay the bills, okay? Tequila Aficionado doesn't do it.
We're working for the tour. You know, yes. after the RV is paid for, and it's not a fancy RV, but it's a decent RV.
You don't need a special license for it or anything like that.
After the RV is paid for.
Thank you, Cruise America.
And yeah, Cruise America provides some great RVs. So after that's paid for,
we can bring our pets.
And the gas is paid for, right? Because no pet gets left behind at Cruise America.
4 cats and a dog, man.
That's the only reason we can do it.
Oh yeah, and 2 boys.
Because we do have 4 cats, a dog, 2 boys, and a turtle.
Oh my God, the turtle.
The turtle.
Think we can cut him loose in Mississippi?
I don't know. I bet he'd love the river.
He would.
But man, he doesn't like it when the cats harass him on tour.
No, he doesn't like movement either. You notice that?
No, he doesn't like that at all. He doesn't come up for days.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Anyway.
So that's it. So basically what happens is we're working for the experience, just to have this experience, to travel and take pictures of your brands,
to expose you to markets that you may or may not be in.
That's true. We share. The reason we ask for 2 bottles, you might notice for sponsors, we ask for 2 bottles of each expression they want to come with us. The reason we ask for 2 bottles is not because we want to get pie-eyed, but because we usually end up giving most of it away. You know, we meet people along the way. We meet them at campgrounds. We meet them at gas stations and casinos. Yeah.
We never really know where we're going to meet these folks, you know.
Right. But we end up talking to them, and we find out about their interests, and we end up pairing them with a tequila or a mezcal that they usually end up really enjoying.
Yeah.
And so it's all about getting you out there. And when we say out there, we mean all the way up to Minnesota, around the Great Lakes region.
It's about sharing the message of agave love. That's what we do.
Spreading the gospel of agave.
Spreading the gospel of agave. And you know what? And here's the other thing I want to mention. I know that we were joking around earlier about it being called the Control State Tour. All right, here's what I'm going to tell you about control states for those of you who are contemplating going into bigger markets only. It used to be that a control state was something you wanted to avoid. You didn't want to go into it. You know, there was a lot of flaming hoops to go through it. But as I mentioned before, in the last 10 years, the cocktail culture has driven the spirits market in general. And that also includes, you know, control states. There are some fine mixologists that I'm friended up with and know personally on Facebook and Twitter that are dying for great ingredients, really great stuff that is only available in major markets.
And we want to bring that to them.
They are demanding better ingredients to make their cocktails.
And we want to show them that there's better product out there than the usual suspects.
Now, the other thing too, yeah, because the usual suspects are in every state.
Right.
All right. But the other thing also is that working and going into a control state isn't like what it used to be.
Yeah, there's not.
That environment has changed, ladies and gentlemen.
You just need a distributor who likes you.
You need a distributor that's going to go to bat for you. All right. And right now they're few and far between, but you know who they are. You know, in every control state, if you're a mixologist, you got a favorite importer / distributor / tequila guy or mezcal guy that you're working with. Mm-hmm. And you go back to him and go, get me this tequila, get me this mezcal. And the control states
will.
The control states are finally catching up to the cocktail culture that has been leading the path for almost 10 years now. And being in a control state is not what it used to be anymore. In fact, it's probably even better. So I'm looking forward to it because I want to know more about the state laws in these states that we're going into and what's available in their state and how much they're begging to bring in brands like yours that are going to come with us on our tour. So again, this is a fact-finding mission for a whole kinds of other reasons. And I can't wait. We're looking forward to it. Fun. It'll be fun.
It's going to be great.
And if nothing else, you're going to get some great content for your followers.
We're going to Instagram all the way. We're going to be doing live Facebook video. We're going to be doing live YouTube video.
Here's how much social media has changed in the year that we took our first tour.
Oh, yeah. Which was last year.
Last year.
Just last year.
Just last year. Now there's Facebook, who's going live for video.
Right. Facebook Live.
Instagram allows you to have longer videos now.
Yeah.
Twitter allows you to go live on Twitter. I think I did one live Twitter video.
And we're going to go live on YouTube too.
Yeah. YouTube now allows you to go live.
Yeah.
That was not available to us last year. That didn't exist.
This is cutting edge social media content. We're going to have all of these brands going with us. God bless them. All of these brands going with us. We are going to produce some amazing cutting edge content for you. And we are going to spread the love. And
you're going to be exposed. We're going to support the bats. You know, it's important. If you're an importer, if you're a producer, you know, whoever you have, a PR company that's watching us, bats are very important to this, to the future of this industry. And if we can figure out, or if we can report back to our followers what's going on with them, then you can turn around and educate what's going on, you know, in that respect as well. And that's what it's all about. It's about education for us. It always has been.
The bats are just as important as you know, the organic. They're you know, it's all part of the craft, you know. And speaking of organic, One with Life is coming with us.
Oh yeah, One with Life. Brandon Promise winner from 2015.
That's another one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, she loves. They only come in Blanco right now. Again, I can't touch it.
Beautiful.
But it's an organic tequila that is growing by leaps and bounds. We did an open bar.
But they're very conscious. They're very socially and environmentally conscious, and I love that. And
Lisa Elovich
and they're gonna love these
and friends.
The bats.
They are coming with us on our tour, and they, you know, God bless them. She's just on the right track. You know, she's a very interesting gal. You can read about her in our Women in Tequila. Also, you can see the repeat of our open bar with them. Yep. So they're getting the word out, and they're growing quickly in New York State, very quickly. So this will be very interesting.
Stop.
This will be an interesting tour. You know, we're going to have a wide variety of sponsors.
We're going to do
tequilas,
and we're going to do some great stuff. We're going to do stuff that your PR company
you don't have time for.
You can't do it.
You can't do it. I can't do it, Captain.
They don't have a cast iron skillet.
I can't do it, Captain. I can't lay.
All right.
That's my bad.
So that's bad. Don't do that.
That's bad. Are we done? Oh, we're done.
I think we're done.
Okay. So again.
Thank you. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. And hopefully you got something out of this show.
TBNA. Remember the TBNA show.
Yep.
The Texas
Download
nightclub, the Texas Bar and Nightclub Alliance. If you're coming to Texas, you're contemplating it, you're already here, and you don't think you're getting the word out fast enough, this is the show for you.
Or if you just want to test the waters.
Test the waters.
This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And have a good time while you're at it.
Yep. And so, again, the Heartland tour / Control State tour. That's something, if you're considering that coming on board, send us an email. Either way, send us an email. Let us know.
Send us a smoke signal. Whatever you got. Twitter.
Subscribe down at our YouTube channel as well, so you can stay up to date at what's going on Open Bar, because we're going to keep you informed. Believe me. Wait till you see the open bars on the road.
Ooh. And on that note,
thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.